Hello everybody, my name is Ghost for Tapeface. Welcome to episode 10 of our Just Build series. Yes, episode 10. Never thought we would have made it, but we're here, we're all together, and let's return to our roots. You know what we're doing today? We're going all the way back. You know this tree? Well, we're gonna make some new trees. This is gonna be a totally different style of trees. I actually did build some trees in a survival world, and they looked nothing like this. All of these trees. I mean, they're all just really in a survival world. These are really big trees for me. For me, I don't really build much, so these were like really big to build. So I actually built some smaller, just survival friendly trees for someone who doesn't have an infinite amount of resources. I probably had enough stuff to build trees this size, but honestly, I wouldn't build more than one tree. I mean, I don't want to put 2 hours into a single tree. And then when you have to build a lot of trees, I don't want to do that. So, without further ado, I hope you enjoyed the video, and let's get straight into the building. So, we're just gonna use rather similar materials. So, for this build, I'm gonna use oak log, oak wood, oak leaves, and birch leaves. And my idea is that we're just going to build 3 trees that are rather similar to each other and just are a little bigger. And maybe we may change out the leaves if we like it or not, but let's just start. So hopefully we're going to try to get 3 trees done. Let's see if we can get that. So let's get to building. So first thing, I'm just going to build this tree because I always just start by just placing a few roots in the ground. And maybe placing a few blocks like this, and then just going up right here. Let's do this. And I'm using this wood because in like a survival world, I'm taking this into account. Like, you don't want to use this is 4 of these equal 3 of these. So yeah, I don't really want to use a bunch of these. I try to conserve that, but I don't want it to look all off. So we're gonna do this really quickly. Let's change this up. I think that makes it look a little more even. Maybe we don't need that one. Alright, that's good. Let's get up here, and then we're just gonna do this. I'm gonna go to the side right here, and that does not really look right, so we're gonna do that. And then that. And then we're just gonna go up like that. And honestly, this is probably as big as I'd go. I don't really want to go any farther for this first tree. This is probably going to be our smallest tree. I don't know, who knows, we may get a smaller one. Well, how I would just start placing the leaves is I just start by just going a few blocks off this little the trunk, and just start placing leaves every now and then. And the shape, we don't really want it to have a bunch of like spots that it goes in and stuff. It's more just kind of like a I don't know, it's not going to have as much detail, and that is why we are using multiple leaf colors. And just the density of this leaf compared to that leaf, you see there's a difference. We're just using this because we don't really, it's a rather small tree, so you don't have that much options for like doing some fancy work with the leaves and stuff. So yeah. Okay, and I'm literally just placing leaves on the sides, and just gonna go around. This is so much easier in survival. I don't know, you can see your work a little better, but it's just, I don't know, it's annoying when you're like pillaring up and then you have to step back or use your elytra and fly away. That kind of gets old. And then this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tie these down a little, like they're just coming off of this. Tie them in right here and there and right here. Look at how cute that looks. And now I do not like, see, I want to avoid things like that. I want these leaves, like you can see through them and still see the trunk back there. So I want to keep my leaves off of each other. Break that leaf. And then I would probably just add a leaf right here. I don't want to have that really too rough right there, so I do that. Let's just bring this down really quickly. And I don't want it to be, you know, like, if, I don't want all this to be the same, so let's break that leaf right there. We don't want boxes on the sides of these trees. We want actual leaves coming down. Let's bring this in right here. Do this. And I think that for a survival tree, Okay, there's something a little, I don't like how this like sticks out right here. It really doesn't seem like it's even supposed to be part of the tree. Let's try to fix that. So we're gonna do this. I think we need a little more stuff up here. In survival, I would totally be fine with how this tree looked then, but right now, I mean, we can just change all the leaves that we want, so we're gonna change it around. Let's do this, and right here. It gives it a little more shape, comes out a little farther, then we have it go back right there, and then right here. It's a little unbalanced, I think. Let's do this. Let's tie some of these leaves together. So I'm going to put a few of these up here. Now what we're going to do is come down here. Just place a few of these guys. Just mixing it together a little. Just to bring a few things together. Actually, we don't want it to be like that, though. Let's bring this down one. Don't like that shape. So, I guess we're going to have to... I know what to do. Let's break this. Let's break this. Yeah, it's still good. And let's do... There we go. And we need something right here on either side. Which side would it be better? I think right here. Let's put something right there. Just like that. There we go. And let's just take one look around the tree. So I'm actually going to knock these back. Let's do that. There we go. Okay, let's break that too. Let's break this off. And let's do this. And then again, now I'm just kind of moving into that process of just shaving the leaves off. I have them all. I think I have enough leaf coverage. So now I'm just going to see what can I get rid of, what do I not really need. And I think that this is coming out pretty nice. And we're just going to place a leaf right there. And I think that this is going to stay. See, I think that what we need to do is just, if we brought this out a little more from up here, I don't know if we can do that. Let's see really quickly. What if we just brought this out a little and had this more like a hanging over sort of deal? I don't know, because I think it then would overpower the rest of the tree. Let's do this. Let's just... It's okay. I think that this is fine how it is. Let's just break it up with one leaf right there. There we go. Alright. And I don't like these steps right here. So, let's do this. Let's break this in really quickly. And let's add some leaves right there. Break this one. And add a leaf right there. And then I don't like this, so we're just going to move that leaf forward one. And which leaf? I think this one. This one should come forward. Ooh. And then we're going to... There we go. Alrighty. Let's look around. Here, let's put a leaf right there. And I think I am happy with this first tree. Alrighty. Let's move on to tree number 2. So, this is pretty much our smallest tree that we're going to build. The next one, it may be bigger, may be smaller. Not really sure. Let's just move on to it. See what we can get. Alright. And then I think I'm actually going to try a different leaf, though, this time. So, instead of this birch leaf, let's move this birch leaf aside, and let's grab an azalea leaf, I believe is how you say it. Yeah, when you bring Z's into words, you can't expect me to say them, so that's not my fault. That's Minecraft's fault. They brought a Z into a word, and yeah, that's expecting too much. Okay, I am happy with how this trunk looks. Alrighty, so let's try a little smaller than that tree actually. So really, I wouldn't even mess with anything. Let's just, so the third tree design I have an idea for, but this one, I'm going to try something just really, really tight, close together. We don't want it sticking off too far. Just try to give it as much shape as we can. We're really going to be working on that top, because as you see, the leaves really shouldn't be coming farther down than that at all. So let's go up here. Let's do this. I have an idea. What if we just put a box around it? Then put a layer around that, and then we just kind of mixed it all together. Okay, let's do this, and now let's begin the trimming. And of course, we don't want it to be this repeating pattern, so probably just taking off all that I just put on, but you know, it's a tree. Let's break that. And I'm actually gonna do that. And right here, it's too heavy on this left side. So let's add it up like that. And let's just look around. Okay, maybe we're having a bit of a difficulty because of how small it is. Let's see if we can fix this up though. Let's break that and break this. Some of these leaves hanging off, I really like them. So we're gonna do something a little different right here. We're gonna bring these leaves kind of like they're hanging over the thing. Over the entire tree, really trying to tie it all together. Let's put something right there. Let's do this, this. And again, let's bring these leaves down a little. And let's see, how do we like that? This is not that bad actually. Okay, maybe it's a little rough right here. So let's do something really quickly. See, we gotta clean this up. Can I move that? No, I can't get rid of that one. Let's move down one though. I don't want these leaves to be full blocks, so I'm trying to make sure that they aren't touching in all corners. That one needs to be there. Let's break that though. Yeah, I think that's helping. Break. No, that's gonna make it a shape. So what do we want? I don't want something like this. You see how it kind of like it comes like a pattern from this side to this side, and I don't like when there's just these one wide areas. It's just, to me it looks sloppy. It looks like, okay, before I tell you that, let's make sure I didn't do that on this tree. Alright, I'm good. I can say it. It looks, I don't know, like sometimes it's really hard for me to fix it and just change up the shape, but I really try to avoid something like that. And then again, like how I've got stairs here and there, like as you can see in the leaves. See, because I want the leaf, like when I'm just breaking, I want to get rid of it. And then I have to like, no, you can't get rid of all the leaves covering the trunk. So now, actually, the next tree we're going to use the other leaves. So this one, I'm just going to try dotting these leaves in. Instead of having it be kind of fading in colors, I'm going to dot these leaves in here and there. And just put one more right there. And I think I'm actually pretty happy with how this tree turned out. I think I like the back better than the front. I think if I did that, that looks a little nicer. Let's see though. On the front though, see how we have this, okay, so what I want is I want like we have this layer and this layer of leaves. I want this layer to be farther up, and I want this layer to be hanging over. And I think I did that pretty well, except for right here. But I want, obviously, I need some change because then it's just a repeating pattern, and then it's just bad. And I don't want to bring this down here. What if we did that? Okay, I think that helps. And then let's bring this down one. There we go. Alright, let's see this now. What do we need to do here? I think we can break that. We need to place one right there. Okay, I think that's better. And then let's take that off. We don't want harsh corners now. Yep, I am pretty happy with how this cute little tree turned out. So here's our first tree. Here's our second tree. And these are just trees for small survival worlds. You know, nothing fancy. Just, if you need a tree, a little tree. Yeah. And we're going to leave that root sitting there. Now we are moving on to our final tree. This tree we are going to build in a quick little time lapse and then talk about it afterwards. So I hope you enjoy the time lapse, and let's get to building. Okay, so we're just gonna take one loop around this tree and talk about it really quickly, and then we're gonna just review everything that we have built here today. So, for our first tree, what we did was we just we added these leaves, so we just put a little contrast there, just a little with some color, and then we added some fence posts and a little change in the we just added a little lean into the trunk just to give it a little bit more shape and a little bit more detail. Same, that's what we used the fence post for, and I'm pretty happy with how this tree turned out. It has a little it has a little harsher corners, and I was actually kind of wanting a little more rigid shape to it because I didn't want it to be the same marshmallowy kind of just all like a little dough ball over this trunk. Instead, I wanted it to be a little harsher, the leaves a little tighter together, but still have some height to it. And I'm pretty happy with how this design came out. And now we're just gonna move on to our next trees. This was the second tree that we built. And this tree, I'm pretty happy with it too. And then here is the first tree that we built. And yes, I like this tree. And I think that these three trees are pretty good. They are all pretty reasonable if you would like to just start small and that you are building in a little survival world. And these are trees that are really, really nice because these would not be that difficult. This style of tree would not be that difficult to build in a survival world. You don't need that many leaves. Maybe 2 oak trees and a birch tree, just taking all the leaves off of that. That'd probably be plenty to build something this size. And this would require a few more leaves, but it's not that unreasonable. And I'm really happy with how these trees turned out. And I would like to thank you for watching the video. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because if you don't, you may get ghosted.